increasing in step with the flow of illegal drugs. The Chief Inspector of Prisons, Charlie Taylor, who heads the independent watchdog, has said that a failure to tackle the security issues presents a threat to national security.
In some jails, we're seeing actually a menu of drugs available. So spice, cannabis, cocaine, pretty much anything people want, they can order in some jails.
From bureaus worldwide, this is FSN.
From the studios of Extreme Sports in Hastings, Nebraska, we present Huddle Up, a great way to start your day with all the news, weather, and sports you need, interesting interviews, and friendly conversation from two guys that go together like Scooby and Shaggy, Mike Will and Tyson Havronic.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Huddle Up here on Extreme Sports, and welcome to a Tuesday, the 8th day of July for 2025. Mike Will, Tyson Havronic, ready to start your day the right way with all of your news, weather, and sports to get you up and get you going here this morning. Going to be talking about Nebraska recruiting, losing a prospect yesterday. In fact, the number 2 overall prospect in the state of Nebraska as he decides to play for the Iowa Hawkeyes. We'll tell you about that coming up. 4 former Huskers will be in action in the NBA 2K26 Summer League in Las Vegas coming up later on this month. Preparations underway for the Big Ten Media Days for football. This year's event going to be held at the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino out in Las Vegas. Got some Legion baseball coming up tonight. Hastings Johnson Imperial Holmes, they've qualified. They'll play Grand Island 5 Points Bank in the Cornhusker League Championship game tomorrow night up at Ryder Park. Hastings Sodbusters picking up a big win last night over the Plainsmen out at Duncan Field. So all that and more we'll discuss here this morning as we get you up and get you going for a Tuesday morning as we welcome in Tyson Havronic from the Western Studios. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm sorry, did you just say that the Big Ten Media Days are in Vegas?
Yes, it's been in Chicago for as long as I can remember.
Uh-huh.
And now Big Ten Football Media Days in Las Vegas.
Uh-huh.
You think maybe we should
go?
Talk to the bookkeeper?
We should go.
It happens
live on location.
It happens at a bad time for us. It's right during the postseason for American Legion Baseball. That's always been a problem. I've been out to the Chicago a couple of times for Big Ten Media Days, and it always comes up during the area tournaments and the state tournaments for.
Have to have backup broadcasters.
God, would we have enough to staff everything? With our small little group, would we have enough to staff everything? But that sounds like a good time to me.
I was gonna say, put it on the bucket list this time next year. Let's have enough staff so we can go.
But the problem is, Big Ten Media Days is a full day of activity.
Sure.
I mean, it's 3 straight days. You're going to hear from players and coaches from like 18 teams. So it's a full day of work. And that means
not a full night.
I know, but you can't work all day and then play in Las Vegas at night and expect to get back up next morning. No, I've seen you in action before. I've seen you in action. You'd make about the first day, and that'd be it. You'd be toes up.
Call her good.
You'd call her good and say, let's get back on the plane and come home. Fortunately, Nebraska's on the first day of 3. So I can see you making the first day, and then you'd be toes up for days 2 and 3.
I don't care about Northwestern. Like, just give me the Husker content.
We can do that at home. So anyway, that's what's going on in the sports scene. Had a little bit of rain overnight. Do what?
That would be fun, though, wouldn't it?
It would be. Keep your dreams alive. You ever been to one?
Not Big Ten, no.
Yeah, so a couple of Big Ten Media Days. Anyway, I'm just happy that it's in the sports headlines today. That means football season is getting closer and closer.
What did I see yesterday was like 7 Saturdays remain.
Without football?
That might have been 7 Sundays without pro football.
Yeah, I think I saw that too.
Yeah, 7 Sundays without pro football. And then
the preseason games will be starting here pretty soon.
This month, at the end of the month. I think the
For the
first one is
NFL?
like late in July, so.
All right, so it's coming up. Hang in there, folks. You've still got some summer to burn yet before we start getting into the football scene.
It's officially, I guess, now the football season because the NCAA 26 early release game came out for those who had the early access. I was not among them. I punched in the wrong button. You might know I'm old.
What?
I made a mistake. I didn't read the fine details.
So you didn't get
I thought that I was pre-ordering that I was ordering early access. Apparently, you had to get the deluxe super $99 edition, and I just got the standard $69 edition, which is nice, but I won't get it until Thursday.
Thursdays when it comes out?
I didn't read the fine print. I was looking at all these things that the deluxe edition got, and it was just a bunch of stupid power-ups, first modes that I never use, and so I'm like, I don't need all that crap. I just want to pre-order so I get the 3-day early access, and I thought by pre-ordering you got the early access. I was wrong.
I thought it was July 15th.
No, it's going out Thursday. It's already out. It's early access came out. My friends got it. They were all shooting me text messages about how awesome this video game was. I was just a sad little puppy yesterday. I'm like, I still got 3 days on the download clock. Stupid me.
That's all right.
Because I thought it was the second week of July, too, which meant that when on 7/10, that would have been early access, which is what I thought that I was getting, but I was wrong.
But it's only the 8th.
I know. You know I can't do math.
So 7/10, which is Thursday, that's when you get your new video game.
Yeah.
Is that for everybody else? Or is that just for the early access?
The drop comes on the...
I thought you told me the 15th.
Well, I can't do numbers.
Obviously, you can't...
It was the 15th last year.
You can't even follow a calendar. What do you mean? You told me it was the 15th.
Listen.
And you were going to do your show.
Since the inception of this game, they have always done the game on the Tuesday during the All-Star break, which was next week. And
you were going to do your show in front of the...
I still might.
The new video game. But
do it this week.
It's going to be Thursday.
It might be this week then.
Knowing you punched in the wrong code and it won't download. We can't make plans like that because, you probably punched in the wrong code and your thing won't download.
I don't make mistakes.
Obviously you did.
I only made one tiny missed detail.
That's okay.
And that was missing the 3-day early access.
All your friends are playing college football 26 today.
Not all of them.
Most of them.
A couple of them are cheap asses like me and got the cheapest one possible.
All right, well.
Speaking of cheap asses.
I haven't heard. I haven't heard about the cheap ass we were talking about
yesterday on the show.
And then I wanted to talk to him. I did look up his number yesterday.
Sure.
So I haven't seen anything more on that. I think
been no developments.
He's on Shane's friends list for Facebook, so maybe Shane can check in and see if we got any updates on the Apple Watch that was dropped into the Harlan County Reservoir.
Next to the keys and boat motor.
That we found at the bottom of the lake yesterday. Yeah, I haven't heard any details on if they found a diver to go down to grab the...
I've been waiting on bated breath, man.
I looked up a new Apple Watch yesterday when I was looking into that story. You can buy an Apple Watch for about $250.
Sure.
So this guy, he was offering $100, which he was not going to find anybody to do the dive for $100.
Sure.
He was offering $100 to go down and find his Apple Watch at the bottom of the Harlan County Reservoir.
To save $150.
Yeah, to save $150. Because he was not going to find a diver to dive to the bottom of the Heartland County Reservoir for 100 measly bucks. Now, so I haven't heard the finale on that. I'm sure he's probably out looking for a new Apple Watch today.
Sure.
But
Like, I don't know how long they could survive under 20 feet of water in muddy, dirty conditions.
So I haven't heard an update on that. If we hear something, we'll definitely pass it along. I was going to call him yesterday, and I thought, I'm not going to call this guy. He's going to think I'm some kind of a weirdo.
Well, I mean, we are kind of weirdos on the show.
I know, but it'd be kind of a cool story if he did find his wristwatch.
It would be kind of a cool story. On a week where there's not a whole lot going on. Like, you're making headlines because it's slow. That's what happens.
All right, so if we get an update, we'll pass it along here.
Thank you.
Got a lot of people in the lobby today. Obviously, a lot of people are tuning in to find out what we want to talk about today. If you'd like to join us, 402-834-1330 is our telephone number. That's the fan line, 402-834-1330. Leave us a message on the social media sites as well. We'll monitor those comments. What's on your mind? What's on your mind sports today, sports related or not? Let's talk about it here on the Huddle Up with Extreme Sports. What about us losing the number 2 prospect in the state for football?
Fill me in on the deets. What happened?
Darian Jones of Omaha North decides to sign with Iowa, which is gonna provide kind of a unique next couple of years. His brother, he plays for Nebraska. He's a defensive back for the Huskers, Donovan. And he's got another brother that is a coach over at Iowa. So the Nebraska-Iowa rivalry is going to be hunkered up a notch for the Jones family.
What position was he?
Cornerback. Big-time cornerback from Omaha North.
Is it just the room is full and he's not going to get immediate playing time?
Could be.
That happens.
We'll play better then.
Sometimes it's not a matter of losing the top-ranked recruit and everyone gets really excited and they put in the big bold caps, oh no, we lost a recruit, we're not doing very good in this department. And then you look at the room and it's like, well, yeah, it's got 8 cornerbacks in it and you're going to be scrapping for playing time and you're probably going to get a better opportunity to get on the field faster if you go somewhere else. Like, sometimes it's not a matter of the fact that Nebraska lacks something or doesn't have something that's palatable to these top-ranked recruits. It's just that it's full. It's full in here, and it's not going to get the load's not getting any lighter.
Especially when we get down to the 105-player
Exactly.
limit. Yeah, we can't carry, 12 cornerbacks on our roster. So anyway, Darian Jones is headed to Iowa. He was a top cornerback from Omaha North. The 3 guys that will be representing us at Big Ten Media Days, Henry Letofsky, Deshaun Singleton, and Dylan Raiola. Will be joined by Matt Rule on the first day of Big Ten Media Days out in Vegas on July the 22nd. Big Ten Network providing live coverage of all 3 days from the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino in Las Vegas.
Didn't Singleton get hurt last year? He had a brilliant start to the year. Then I think he got hurt halfway through.
Got hurt.
Came back late.
Yeah, he's coming back on now this year. So
Singleton, yeah, he's a baller. I love watching him play football.
So Singleton, Letofsky, and Dylan Raiola, the 3 guys you'll be hearing a lot about at Big Ten Media Days. Yeah, I'm just happy that that is in the news today. That means football is creeping up on us. I'm going to have some... No, go ahead. I didn't mean to chop you off there.
You're good.
I'm good to go.
Yep.
Got some Legion baseball coming up tonight. Hastings 5 Points Bank, fresh off of their trip to the Rocky Mountains. They'll be playing Lincoln Southeast J.C. Breger tonight at Duncan. Action gets underway at 6. We'll have the game for you tonight here on Extreme Sports, beginning with the pregame show at 5:45. Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes are going to be playing Grand Island 5 Points Bank tomorrow in the Cornhusker League Championship game. That'll be at Ryder Park in Grand Island. Starts at 6 o'clock, 5:45 for the pregame. We'll have that game for you as well here on Extreme Sports. A couple other things going on. The Indiana Pacers confirmed yesterday that star point guard Tyrese Halliburton will miss the entire 2025-2026 season after surgery to repair a torn right Achilles tendon. Of course, he was injured in Game 7 of the NBA Finals last month. He averaged 18.5 points, 9.2 assists, 3.5 rebounds, 1.4 steals in 73 games during the regular season, and was selected to the All-NBA third team. So that's kind of what we expected when that injury occurred. We thought that Halliburton would miss the entire season next year, and that's going to be the case.
That's a huge blow, not only to like Tyrese, but really kind of to the structure and the timetable of that franchise. You know, you're sitting in Game 7 of an NBA championship, and the guy goes all out for you, and you have the Achilles injury, and he was a big reason he was really, let's be honest, he was the only reason. He single-handedly took over a couple of games in the Eastern Conference Finals, got past the New York Knicks, got into the NBA Finals. Now you're going to be an entire season without your star player.
So he is out as he recovers from surgery. Here's another interesting deal. The Kansas Legislative Committee has extended the deadline for the Chiefs and the Royals to take advantage of a stadium financing plan from the state of Kansas. The Kansas Legislative Coordinating Council on Monday unanimously approved the extension to use bonds that covers 70% of a new stadium's cost if the teams decide to relocate to the state of Kansas. The new deadline is June 30th of 2026. Although the committee indicated it is seeking an answer from the teams by December 31st of this year. So Kansas continues to put up a fight to maybe grab the Royals and the Chiefs on their side of the state line, moving from Missouri over to Kansas. They're going to put up 70% of the cost of a new stadium using bonds in Kansas. They want an answer by the end of the year, although the deadline is going to be June 30th of 2026. So that's still on the table. The Royals and the Chiefs possibly moving to Kansas.
That's had a few different stories, like throughout the summer. It's kind of been a developing saga over there.
Yeah, it's on, it's off, it's on, it's off. I thought it was off, and then it's back on, and now it certainly is back on. So Kansas willing to put up 70% of the cost of a new stadium with bonds.
Arrowhead was, they just put out a news release yesterday that they're hopeful that the Kansas City Classic will be something that can, the first of many was how they worded it. The Nebraska-Cincinnati game that's going to start off the season be officially called the Kansas City Classic, and officials were saying they hope it's the first of many. So I guess efforts from their part, they believe that Arrowhead Stadium is going to stick around for a while.
Or maybe that'll be just the home of the Kansas City Classic. That's all they're going to play there.
Boy, that'd be sad, wouldn't it?
That's not going to be the case.
I don't know. Arrowhead's got like that, and I'm not even a Chiefs fan, man, but it's kind of iconic and a little bit sentimental to football fans when you think of like home field advantages, especially just the way Arrowhead is built and the way all that sound gets funneled down onto the field, and it creates this just incredible atmosphere. unless you're sitting there in the dead of winter, way up high atop of Arrowhead Stadium, and there's absolutely nothing blocking the wind, which I can assure you from experiences that I've heard from several Husker fans that went to a Big 12 title game, that it was not a very glorious experience. But other than that, like, that's got a little soft spot in your heart for, like, football. And I don't know. I know that new and shiny is a lot of fun to talk about, but boy, I'd hate to see that structure go away.
They had a story we had last month or 6 weeks ago about the people in Missouri were putting up a lot of money to make some renovations to Arrowhead. Mm-hmm. So I don't know where all that's going. We're not close enough, I guess, to the pulse down there to figure out the feelings either way, whether people want to build that new stadium on the Kansas side out by the racetrack, or renovate Arrowhead and put in some more stuff.
At the end of the day, it's going to come down to who has the most dollars. At the end of the day, it's going to come down to one big thing, and that one big thing is money.
Usually does.
So, yeah, don't get your hopes up for nostalgia or a touchy-feely sentimental story. At the end of the day, it's all going to come down to money.
All right. So those are some.
The bubble.
Those are some of the things that we'll be talking about in sports here today. Again, if you'd like to chime in, 402-834-1330. 402-834-1330. Leave us a message on the social media sites as well, as we will monitor all those comments. You're listening to Mike and Tyson. This is Huddle Up on Extreme Sports for a Tuesday.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
Governor Jim Pillen has directed the deployment of Nebraska Task Force 1, Nebraska's urban search and rescue team, to flood-stricken areas of Texas. The 45-member group, including 2 canine teams, left Lincoln yesterday afternoon and are expected to arrive in San Antonio this morning. Governor Pillen has been in contact with Texas Governor Greg Abbott concerning the flooding disaster and its aftermath. A request for state help was issued through the Emergency Management Assistance Compact. The Nebraska Task Force 1 team will be transporting boats, vehicles, and other equipment necessary for navigating areas devastated by the floodwaters. At least 90 people across central Texas are dead, and others remain missing. A new class of recruits has started their training to become Nebraska State Patrol Troopers. The 23 recruits represent the largest starting class in the last 5 years. Training for Camp 72 began yesterday at the Nebraska State Patrol Training Academy in Grand Island. The State Patrol Basic Recruit Camp consists of hundreds of hours of classroom and practical instruction, including lifelike scenarios designed to simulate situations troopers encounter while serving Nebraska. Camp 72 is scheduled to graduate on December 19th. Applications for the next Nebraska State Patrol class will be open in August, with camp beginning in January. The city of Kearney announced yesterday its designation as Nebraska's 5th and final Good Life District, marking a significant milestone in economic development and community growth. Over the next 30 years, the initiative will drive tourism, support business growth, and enhance the overall quality of life for both Kearney residents and visitors. The Kearney Good Life District will be located on 200 acres of vacant land surrounding the city's sportsplex and will include retail, restaurants, and destination attractions developed by a private developer. The legislation is designed to advance the general and economic welfare of Nebraska and its communities by supporting distinctive projects that attract new industries, generate employment, and strengthen the state's retail, entertainment, and tourism sectors. Good Life districts are developed by rebating 50% of state sales tax revenues for a period of up to 30 years. It is now 7:23. We will swing things back over to the East Side Studios. Mike, what's going on in sports?
Well, the number 2 prospect in the state of Nebraska has committed to Iowa. Darian Jones of Omaha North had other offers from Nebraska, Iowa State, Kansas State, and Minnesota among his 13 total. His brother Donovan is a defensive back for the Huskers. The 6'1", 170-pound cornerback was a two-way starter for Omaha North last year. He recorded 47 tackles with 8 interceptions on defense. He also caught 43 passes for almost 800 yards and 11 touchdowns as a wide receiver. 4 former Huskers will be in action in the NBA 2K26 Summer League in Las Vegas later on this month. Bryce Williams will play for the Detroit Pistons. Jawan Gary will suit up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Keisei Timidaga will play for the Indiana Pacers. And Jack McVay will play for the Atlanta Hawks. The event runs from July 10th through the 20th at the Thomas and Mack Center and Cox Pavilion on the UNLV campus. Henry Latofsky, Deshaun Singleton, and Dylan Raiola will represent the Nebraska football team at Big Ten Media Days in Las Vegas this month. The trio will join head coach Matt Rule on July 22nd on the first day of the event. They'll be joined by players and coaches from Illinois, Indiana, Maryland, Ohio State, and Rutgers on the opening day. The following day, we'll hear from Minnesota, Northwestern, Oregon, Penn State, Washington, and Wisconsin. The final day will feature players and coaches from Iowa, Michigan, Michigan State, Purdue, UCLA, and USC. The Big Ten Network will provide live coverage of all 3 days from the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino in Las Vegas. American Legion baseball action tonight. Hastings 5 Points Bank will play host to Lincoln Southeast J.C. Breger. Hastings is 21-7 in the season after going 3-1 in the Rocky Mountain Woodbat Championship in Castle Rock, Colorado over the weekend. J.C. Breger is 12-14. First pitch will be at 6 o'clock tonight. We'll have the game on Extreme Sports, beginning with a pregame show at 5:45. Hastings Brunswick will play a doubleheader against Grand Island Dinsdale tonight out at the Smith Complex. Action gets underway at 5 o'clock. Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes will play Grand Island 5 Points Bank tomorrow for the Cornhusker League Championship. Grand Island has beaten Hastings twice this season, 5-2 and 9-1. First pitch will be at 6 up at Ryder Park in Grand Island. We'll have the game on Extreme Sports tomorrow night, beginning with the pregame show at 5:45. Hastings Sodbusters beat the Plainsmen 9-2 last night at Duncan Field. Tyler Welsh and Cale Jensen had 2 hits apiece for the Sodbusters. Marcus Miller threw 4 innings of relief to pick up the win. Hastings is now 18-14 in the season. They'll play at the Oahe Zap coming up on Wednesday. Kansas City Royals beat Pittsburgh 9-3 last night. Same 2 teams will play at 6:40 tonight. That's a check on your sports headlines coming up on 7:28 on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
Mostly sunny skies today on Tuesday. We'll have a high of 85 degrees. Mostly sunny skies, as I said, and we'll have a light north-northeast wind 5 miles per hour. Overnight tonight, we'll dip into the mid-60s with an outside chance for a shower thunderstorm. Wednesday brings highs in the upper 80s with plenty of sunshine. More chances for periodic rain or at least hit or miss showers and thunderstorms through the rest of the weekend. And if you want a break from the heat, upper 70s on Saturday.
Right now we've got south winds at 6 miles per hour. It is 67 in Hastings at Extreme Sports.
Have you checked the time lately? Good chance the Maletta Vista Winery is open. Hey, this is Mick with an update on our new hours. Tuesday through Sunday, we're open 11:30 to 3, and Fridays and Saturdays 11:30 till 9. Not sure what you want to enjoy when you get here? Well, Maletta Vista features award-winning wine, select beer, spirits, world-class foods, breathtaking views, and live entertainment. Visit MalettaVistaWinery.com. Check out our events page for music schedules and more. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook. Make your reservations now at Maletta Vista Winery, located on Highway 281, just north of St. Paul.
Connet Auto Care is the trusted name in automotive repair and maintenance services in Hastings. We're a gold-certified Napa Auto Care Center. Our ASE-certified technicians have the Blue Seal of Excellence, receive continuous training, and are committed to providing the best service your vehicle can get. Whether it's preventative maintenance, major repairs, or just an oil change, Connet Auto Care is here for you.
Accessible and affordable holistic care is just around the corner at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center. Located at 208 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 101 in Hastings. At Bamboo Spa, we offer a range of therapies to help you unwind and recharge. Experience soothing massages, rejuvenating head spa scalp treatments, and our Advanced Glow 2 facials. Discover the healing power of ozone therapy and frequency healing. Become a member for exclusive 24-hour access to our therapeutic amenities, including the infrared sauna, hydro massage, and cryo lounge. Members enjoy 20% off all services and 10% off products in our non-toxic retail shop. Visit our Facebook page to learn more and book your appointment today. Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, truly holistic care, designed for you.
Get ready for the ultimate trivia experience with Extreme Sports Trivia. Play from anywhere at home, on the go, or at your favorite bar or restaurant. Compete live against players from all over in real time, answering questions across categories like sports, pop culture, Marvel, and more. Want to see how you stack up? Track your progress with live leaderboards and aim for the top spot. It's free, fun, and super easy to play. So what are you waiting for? Sign up today at extremesports.com trivia and start playing now. And keep an eye out. We're coming soon to a bar or restaurant near you.
Get ready, race fans. Cam Raceway is teaming up with Extreme Sports for an electrifying season of high-speed, dirt-slinging, adrenaline-pumping action. Every race night, we're bringing you live video coverage straight from the track, so you won't miss a single lap, pass, or photo finish. From non-wing warriors to cage karts, flat karts, and the A-class wing beasts, we've got it all. There's nothing like the roar of the engines, the smell of burning rubber, and the rush of dirt flying action right in front of you. So get to the track and experience it live. But if you can't make it, don't sweat. Extreme Sports has you covered. Buckle up, because this season is going to be fast, fierce, and unforgettable. Make sure you like and follow Extreme Sports on Facebook to get all the latest updates, and we will see you at the track.
Yeah, Cam Raceway taking another week off this week, so the return to action a week from Friday. Cam Raceway in Hastings. You're working up with Mike and Tyson here this morning on Extreme Sports. This is Huddle Up, 7:32 for a Tuesday morning.
I was talking with one of the trackside announcers yesterday at Cam Raceway, Mr. Steve Stenner.
Yeah.
He might make an appearance next week on the show to promote the racetrack and the racing activities, and kind of give a little mid-season update on how things have been going. He wants to be a part of the show. I said, you're welcome anytime.
Oh, yeah, give him a VIP pass.
Mm-hmm. Steve does a great job out there. He's been doing it. My first gig that I actually got to do live sports was actually trackside announcing out at Cam.
Really?
Year one that I was in radio, I was approached by Cam Raceway to help do some trackside announcing. I was joined at that time by Steve Stenner. I went for about 4 to 5 years at the track. Steve's still doing it. That's like a 20-plus year career at the racetrack.
Yeah, he's seen a lot of cars go around the circle.
He has seen a lot of racing at the 1/8 mile oval.
Yeah, we'll bring him on. Steve Stenner, Cam Raceway.
Big advocate for local racing, knows all the drivers, knows the families. He'll be a fun guest.
We'll get him on. Yeah, give him a VIP pass.
Mm-hmm.
Tim Stroman, he's got a VIP pass too.
We've been in contact.
I noticed that he starts to make contact with us as soon as the show starts.
Mm-hmm.
We've got 23 other hours in the day that Stroman could be texting us and trying to set up.
He knows when we're up.
We're up. We've got 23 other hours that he could be texting us, and he waits until the show starts, and then he drops us both a text.
I don't know. Sometimes I go back to bed after the show. So
I know, but there's got to be some hours that you're awake. Yeah, Stroman, he texts us as soon as the show starts.
I did find a flaw in the potential plans to take us to Vegas to do Big Ten Media Days.
What was the flaw?
You know what time we would have to be up to do the show?
Yep.
5.
You'd never make it.
Not a chance in hell.
You might make the first day.
I don't know. Like, there's no concept of time in Vegas. 0. Like, you have no idea. When you're in the casino, there's no clocks. There's no clocks anywhere.
No.
You don't know.
They don't want you to know.
They have zero desire to have their patrons know what time it is. And you're just sitting there having a great time. Next thing you know, you like look down at your phone and you're like, oh, it's 3 o'clock in the morning.
They don't care.
I should probably go to bed.
Or do I go over here and play something else?
And most of the time I go over there and play something else.
So you get back at 5. In which case we would be starting our show at 5
Right
a.m.
as soon as I walk in the door.
No, I'd be tapping my toe saying, where in the hell are you? We've got to get down to our broadcast facility.
And I don't hang out in groups in Vegas either. Like, I'm a nomad. I'll go off on my own and do my own thing. Most of the time it's poker rooms. Like, I'll just go play 1-3 tables for 8.5 hours.
With nobody, no friends around?
No friends. Well, the friends that are giving me money because they're losing to me in poker, those are my friends. Keep shoveling money my way.
We'd have to have some very strict regulations.
Yeah, and I don't do well with regulations.
When you and I go out to, I wonder if that's going to be a yearly thing.
God, that would be fun.
Are they going to move that around again? Like I said, it's been in Chicago for the past couple of years.
Yeah.
As long as I can remember, it's been in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Now they moved it to Vegas. Probably since we have USC and UCLA in there, maybe they're going to go east-west, east-west. They could do that.
That could be.
Well, it's been in Chicago, Indy. It's been in Indy. I think it started in Chicago, and then they moved it to Indy.
It's going to start later on in the afternoon then, because it'll be morning in Vegas when they get rolling, but it'll be afternoon here.
Yeah, it's been in Chicago, and then it's been in Indy, the site of the Big 10 or Big 12 championship. Yeah.
Yep.
So does that mean, I think we're playing our Big 12 championship game this year out in Vegas.
At Allegiant?
Yeah, at Allegiant.
Or whatever it's called.
Yeah. Maybe that's why we're holding Big 10 Media Days in Vegas. You're going to dial that up,
God,
aren't
what
you?
if we...
Yeah.
What if we
dial
win
up
10
and
games?
dial up and see where the Big 10 championship game is this year.
I'm 100% sure it's Vegas.
It's
Now
got
that
to
you
be.
mention
That's
it.
Yeah, that's why we're holding Big 10 Media Days in Vegas this year. Probably at Allegiant Stadium, I would guess. Dial that up right quick. That only makes sense because they've been holding it at Lucas Oil Stadium the past couple of years. We've had Big 10 Media Days in Indy.
No, it still says Lucas Oil.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It would just make sense.
Yeah, Indianapolis. December 6th, 2025.
Just got a text from somebody that you and I both know that says, when are you going to Vegas this year?
December 5th, 2026.
I don't know.
Indy's got it for a couple of years. Yeah. They're just putting it out in Vegas for the hell of it. To tempt guys like us to go cover it.
Oh, God. Yeah, we don't need that. I'll have to bring it up to the bookkeeper.
I just don't think I could hit the 5 o'clock bell.
There's no way.
I got to be brutally honest, and you take a good look at yourself, and you know your habits, which are both heavy on the gambling and drinking side of things, which Vegas offers a lot of. I'm not making it.
Well, then the chances of us persuading the bookkeeper are slim to none.
Because we have to have rules.
Well, she's not going to send us out there She's not going to send us out there and we can't do the show.
Give me the station card. Give me the ATM. Let's
Give
go
us
have a little fun.
Go ahead, take the debit card.
Go talk to Matt. We'll chat with Matt and Dylan and
call her good.
And then we'll head to Carnival Court.
Something we could do a hell of a lot cheaper. We could get in the car and drive to Lincoln and talk with Henry and Deshaun and Dylan Raiola.
But a live show from Carnival Court would be fun.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
That would be
just about any place in Vegas we could set up and do a show. That'd be fun. As long as they had some electricity, we could do the show.
It's Vegas.
So that's what's going on. That's what's in the news today. And in fact, it's dominating our sports scene. I really didn't think this topic would carry on to the second half of the show.
One of my favorites, but yeah, I think it's just a matter of the location. That piqued my interest when you said Vegas. Because
I'm gonna talk to some of my other sports guys in the state that normally cover Big Ten Media Days.
Mm-hmm.
See if they're going. Maybe they need somebody to carry the bag. I could help them out. I could carry the bag. That's what I had to do when I went to.
You're gonna leave little buddy at home?
You gotta do baseball. No, we both gotta do baseball that
Doesn't
week.
seem like a fair trade. They're not in the same location, so
yeah.
We have contractual obligations.
Yeah, we probably gotta stay here.
Probably.
That's how I got invited to go to Big Ten Media Days before. I wasn't really a full participant. I just carried the guys' bags.
Select games, yep.
So here, you take the equipment in, get her all set up, then I'll show up and sit down and do the
That
show.
sounds about accurate.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
God.
I know exactly how that went down. Good stuff.
Waking up with Mike and Tyson here this morning on the Huddle Up on Extreme Sports. It is 7:41 now for this Tuesday. Still going to get the thing arranged to talk about youth sports with Tim Stroman. That's what he was texting me about and you about at 7:01 this morning. Timmy boy, I'll get in touch with you after the show and we'll get that set up, locked in stone sometime in the next week or so. Going to talk about youth sports.
It'll be early next week because of the All-Star break. I mean, by experience, when the All-Star break hits, there's zero sports. Like, we have nothing. It's baseball is like the legitimately only thing that we can talk about, and baseball's on a break.
And it's too early to talk about football.
And it's just slightly too early to talk about football. And so I think that early next week will be a really good opportunity to...
All right, when's the All-Star game?
All-Star game will be Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Because Tuesday will be the Home Run Derby. Traditionally. Again, I could be wrong. Because if I was wrong about the release of the NCAA football game, which is typically on the Tuesday, which is the Home Run Derby, or no.
See, you're already
I'm going to
second guessing
myself. Yeah, I think Home Run Derby is Monday and All-Star Game's Tuesday. That sounds more right.
Yeah, that sounds right. In today's world of communication, you can basically go to your communication device.
Oh, yeah.
And find out when the All-Star game is.
I've got mine.
The All-Star game is next Tuesday.
Thank you.
July 15th.
Look at you.
So that means the Home Run Derby will be on Monday. So that means Wednesday and Thursday of next week we'll have absolutely nothing to talk about.
Well, that's why we talk about youth sports. That'd be an hour special.
Or as long as Stroman wants to talk.
Planning on bringing Tim in to...
All he said, he's got notes.
We're going to bring him into the Western Studios. We'll bring him on live. We'll have a good chat.
Can Stroman get up in time to get to the Western Studios?
If I can do it, he can do it. And I'm 2 feet away.
Are you serving breakfast?
I'll put coffee on for him.
Next week?
I don't cook breakfast.
Maybe we get the bookkeeper to come over and cook in your kitchen.
That'd be the first time it's been used.
You never cook?
Like I don't use the traditional methods of cooking.
You kind of warm up stuff?
I'm not a stove guy. I'm not an oven guy. I'm really not even a microwave guy anymore since the invention of the air fryer. It has been a game changer in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
No,
I air fry a lot.
I wouldn't consider you an air fryer type of guy.
I'm a air fryer fanatic.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And
wow.
I look up recipes to make stuff in the air fryer. Easy meals. Like, here's the thing, man. It's hard cooking for one.
Sure it is. It's hard cooking for two.
It is hard cooking for one. And so I have found that the air fryer is like perfect for bachelor pad portions. And so I look up like a lot of meals for one in the air fryer.
And what's your favorite meal?
Oh, dude, like I can make a great toasted ravioli. I don't have to do a whole lot. I just toss it in for like 6 minutes.
Into the air fryer.
I freaking love toasted ravioli, a little marinara sauce on the side. Delish. Then I do like a little special thing to my toasted ravioli. A lot of people think you just take it out of the box, throw it in, call it good. No. Like I'll melt some Parmesan cheese over the top of it. Yep. Make it like nice and gooey. Oh my God, it's so great.
This could be a new segment of the show. Cooking with
for
Tyson.
one. Air fryer tips.
Cooking with Tyson.
Speaking of food, we got some food today. I know you love food days. National Ice Cream Sundae Day today, where you indulge in sundaes with all your favorite toppings. National Freezer Pop Day today. The old nostalgic freezer pops. You know, with the little plastic wrapper that you push up.
Oh, we had those over the weekend.
Those are so great.
Yeah, we had those over the weekend.
I've enjoyed those from like 4 to 40. Like, I just love those things. National Chocolate with Almonds Day today. You an almond guy?
Not really. I'll take the chocolate, though.
Sure.
Without
Eat around
almonds.
the almond.
Yeah.
Chocolate blueberry. No, not chocolate blueberries. Just Blueberry Day. Celebrate blueberries during their peak season. So National Blueberry Day today. And it's Cow Appreciation Day.
We love cows.
And I appreciate cows because they make some damn good steaks.
God. Why are we appreciating cows today?
Show love for our bovine buddies. This was originally a Chick-fil-A promotion that has now turned into a holiday. So you save a cow, you eat a chicken today.
God.
I don't know. I just like steaks. National Video Game today, which I would have really loved to celebrate had I read the fine print on the download instructions.
Yeah, your day would have been a lot different today if you had just read the...
I don't know that I would have hit the bell.
Because you've been playing all night last night.
I would have probably played all night. I'm not kidding you. I would have got done with the Sodbusters game last night. I'd have come home. I would have started a dynasty. Probably fired up with Missouri State. Go Bears. Looking forward to taking that one star to the promised land on Friday. Going to start a big offensive coordinator contract career. But no, I would have started that offline dynasty up. And 6:30, 6:55 rolls around. You'd have been like,
all got to do show.
You would have been like, where's Tyson? Oh, he's showing up online on his PlayStation.
Yeah, you would have had one hand on your PlayStation.
Without a doubt.
And you would have had one hand on your computer to get on the air.
Mm-hmm.
And I would have had your divided attention the entire hour.
Oh, I think, like...
And this show would probably be even...
You would have locked in. You would have got locked in on the game.
Well, I would have to because somebody would have to keep us on the air for an hour.
I'd be describing everything for you. Talking about the new advancements. I think that'll be a fun show. When and if I get it, I'll
well,
go
we were
live.
going to do that today, but you misread the
But I
fine
screwed
print.
up.
You screwed up. You could be playing college football 26 today.
I think people would watch that. That would be entertaining. Especially if I took Missouri State, because first couple games are going to be rough. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't like ease into the video game. Like I'll start on Heisman difficulty and just be tremendously challenged. until I can get a recruiting class in.
Yeah, I'm going to come over and play you.
I'll kick your butt. Bring a controller.
I'm sure you will.
You got to find a controller first.
Oh, that's right.
My cheap ass ain't getting a second one.
Not even for $50. And we were hounding the guy who lost his Apple Watch in the bottom of the lake at Harlan County.
You know what we could do?
We were calling him a cheap ass for $100.
We could set aside a day and have a Extreme Sports staff tournament.
Staff, not another staff meeting.
A safety meeting.
We're still paying for the last one. Yeah, we're still paying for the last one.
Oh, God. By the way, shifting gears, Major League Baseball. The series to watch this week, without a doubt, I watched highlights of the game last night when I got home, is Detroit and Tampa. Tampa has made a surge in the American League East, which is now suddenly becoming one hell of a race in the divisional standings. The Blue Jays have surpassed the New York Yankees. The Yankees are in an absolute tailspin, and you know this because the New York media is immediately punching the panic button. We're not even into the second week of July, but the Yankees have gone 3-7 in their last 10. They've lost out on first place in the American League East. The Blue Jays, who have won 9 games in a row, are now the front runners, and Tampa is sitting just a half a game back of New York now for second place. Well, they're taking on the top team in the American League Central, a team that is really, really starting to make a lot of noise in terms of the Vegas odds boards for not just American League crowns, but the whole kit and caboodle. The Detroit Tigers are playing some excellent baseball, and that series is electric. You want to talk about give me playoff feel. Give me October feels in July. I'm telling you, I wouldn't normally say this, but the Tampa and Detroit series is exciting.
Yeah, that normally would not draw the headlines in Major League Baseball.
It wouldn't. 2 mid-market teams that are both contenders now, and both probably going to be playoff baseball teams. And I'll say it, I think Tampa and Detroit make the playoffs. Detroit, clearly, they're running away with the Central. I mean, they got all the other teams in the American League Central in the rearview mirror, and it's only the first week of July. But I think Tampa comes out of that American League East and at least gets a wild card berth. I think we could see these 2 teams in the postseason again, and this baby is fun to watch.
There you have it. You're looking for some TV viewing. Detroit and
options
Tampa
are limited,
Bay.
so
you know what we have been watching the past couple of nights, and I don't know why, because my wife has been in control of the channel changer. We've been watching the Game Show Network.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would not have placed bets on that.
We've been watching the game shows.
What's your favorite?
I don't have a favorite. No, that's her thing. And I said, isn't there anything else on besides game shows? Well, you can control on the weekends.
You got to get a second TV. This isn't the first time that you've had problems with the TV remote.
But
get a second TV, my man.
But we're in the same room together.
That does.
I need to get a second TV like up in the corner. I've been threatening to do that during the football season. She won't let me.
Or you
but it come in handy. It would come in handy on a night like last night when we sat and watched the game show.
You could stream on your iPad and put some headphones on.
Could do
Watch
that.
a little ball.
Could do that.
There you go. There's multiple ways to get around the system, but you got to get control of your remote.
I have it on the weekends.
Special shout out to Ryan Martin, who's in the lobby. Ryan joined me yesterday at the Sodbusters baseball game. Kind of made a little surprise appearance into Press Box 3. First Street Brewing was handing out some free tickets for community night. Ryan took advantage of that and was able to join us in Press Box 3 for a few innings while we were watching the Sodbusters rally past the Plainsmen. Big offensive outburst in the latter portion of the game, we didn't have a hit through like the first 4 innings. And then once the dam finally broke, it was an onslaught.
Did you clean up in press box 3?
I cannot take credit. If it is clean tonight, I can't take credit for it. My boys up in press box 3, they said they got it under control, and they were going to clean it up a little bit.
A little bit?
Legion teams.
A little bit?
I don't know what you're going to look into. I don't know what you're walking into. I do know if there's papers onto the right side of the wall, like leave those alone. It looks like unorganized chaos, but it is truly, I have everything in order, so don't mess with the papers on the far right side of the wall. But other than that, you should have a clear press box. There's going to be stuff in buckets underneath. Leave those alone. Ryan said it wasn't that messy. Ryan walked in, he goes, "What are you talking about? Like, this isn't very messy." So, he apparently thinks we keep a pretty clean press box up there.
I'll take your word for it, because I'm in press box 3 tonight.
3's a good spot.
It is when it's clean.
It's fine. It's
fine.
But you have a lot of stuff.
I do.
Yeah.
I need the entire countertop.
We run scoreboard, DJ booth, PA, and the strike zone meter, the K zone thing. All that from press box 3, and we still take up less room than you do.
Well, I need all that. I need the full countertop.
You need the whole thing. I've seen you set up for baseball games, man. It's wild.
I need to set up.
You need the whole counter.
I better go early.
Should be ready for you.
All right. 7:56, waking up with Mike and Tyson this morning. A huddle up on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
We will first start off at the state of Nebraska, where Governor Jim Pillen has directed the deployment of Nebraska Task Force 1. It's Nebraska's urban search and rescue team. They're heading out to flood-stricken areas of Texas. The group includes 45 members and 2 canine teams. They left Lincoln yesterday afternoon, expected to arrive in San Antonio this morning, as Governor Jim Pillen has been in contact with Texas Governor Greg Abbott concerning the flooding disaster and its aftermath. A request for state help was issued through the Emergency Management Assistant Compact. The Nebraska Task Force 1 team will be transporting boats, vehicles, and other equipment necessary for navigating areas that were devastated by the floodwaters. At last count, at least 90 people across central Texas have perished and others remain missing. A new class of recruits has been starting their training to become new Nebraska State Patrol troopers. The 23 recruits represent the largest starting class in the last 5 years. Training for Camp 72 began yesterday at the State Patrol Training Academy in Grand Island. The Nebraska State Patrol Basic Recruit Camp consists of hundreds of hours of classroom and practical instruction, including lifelike scenarios designed to simulate situations troopers encounters while serving the state. Camp 72 is scheduled to graduate in December. Meanwhile, the city of Kearney announced yesterday its designation as Nebraska's 5th and final Good Life District, marking a significant milestone in economic development and community growth for the city. Over the next 30 years, the initiative will hope to drive tourism, support business growth, and enhance the overall quality of life for both Kearney residents and visitors. The Good Life District will be located on 200 acres of vacant land surrounding the city's sportsplex and will include retail, restaurant, and destination attractions that will be developed by a private developer. It is now 7:58. We'll swing things back over your way. Mike, what's going on in sports?
Well, the number 2 prospect in the state of Nebraska has committed to Iowa. Darian Jones of Omaha North had other offers from Nebraska, Iowa State, Kansas State, and Minnesota among his 13 total. 4 former Huskers will be in action in the NBA 2K26 Summer League in Las Vegas later on this month. Bryce Williams will play for the Detroit Pistons. Jawan Gary will suit up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Casey Timidaga will play for the Indiana Pacers. And Jack McVay will play for the Atlanta Hawks. Henry Latofsky, Deshaun Singleton, and Dylan Raiola will represent the Nebraska football team at Big Ten Media Days in Las Vegas this month. The trio will join head coach Matt Rule on July 22nd on the first day of the event. American Legion baseball action tonight. Hastings 5 Points Bank will play host to Lincoln Southeast J.C. Breger. First pitch will be at 6 out of Duncan Field. We'll have the game for you here on Extreme Sports, beginning with a pregame show at 5:45 this afternoon. Hastings Runza also in action tonight. They've got a doubleheader against Grand Island Dinsdale out at the Smith Complex. Action gets underway at 5 o'clock. Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes will play Grand Island 5 Points Bank tomorrow for the Cornhusker League Championship. That game will be at Ryder Park in Grand Island tomorrow night at 6. We'll have that game for you as well here on Extreme Sports beginning at 5:45. Hastings Sodbusters beat the Plainsmen 9-2 last night out of Duncan Field. Hastings now 18-14 in the season. They'll play at the Oahe Zap coming up on Wednesday. Kansas City Royals beat Pittsburgh 9-3 last night. Same two teams will play at 6:40 tonight. That's a check in your sports headlines.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
Mostly sunny skies today on Tuesday. We'll have a high of 85 degree. Mostly sunny skies, as I said, and we'll have a light northeast wind 5 miles per hour. Overnight tonight will dip into the mid-60s with an outside chance for a shower thunderstorm. Wednesday brings highs in the upper 80s with plenty of sunshine. More chances for periodic rain or at least hit or miss showers and thunderstorms through the rest of the weekend. And if you want to break from the heat, upper 70s on Saturday.
Right now, south winds at 6 miles per hour. Sunny 67 in Hastings at Extreme Sports.
Accessible and affordable holistic care is just around the corner at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center. Located at 208 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 101 in Hastings. At Bamboo Spa, we offer a range of therapies to help you unwind and recharge. Experience soothing massages, rejuvenating head spa scalp treatments, and our Advanced Glow 2 facials. Discover the healing power of ozone therapy and frequency healing. Become a member for exclusive 24-hour access to our therapeutic amenities, including the infrared sauna, hydro massage, and cryo lounge. Members enjoy 20% off all services and 10% off products in our non-toxic retail shop. Visit our Facebook page to learn more and book your appointment today. Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, truly holistic care, designed for you.
I'm John Butler, funeral director and owner at Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Hastings.
And I'm Nikki Butler, the advanced funeral planning specialist. Whether you choose a traditional service, cremation, or a unique memorial service, our experienced staff is here to help guide you through every step. Visit us at lbvfh.com to learn more about our services and how we can support you.
Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center. We are here when your need is greatest.
Hamilton has been providing IT solutions for businesses across the state of Nebraska for more than 3 decades. We know that Nebraska businesses are a driving force of support for the communities in which we live and work. We keep them connected and protected by delivering cybersecurity, hosted phones, and managed IT. We are grateful to be part of our Nebraska communities and to support their technology needs.
More information at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Get ready for the ultimate trivia experience with Extreme Sports Trivia. Play from anywhere at home, on the go, or at your favorite bar or restaurant. Compete live against players from all over in real time, answering questions across categories like sports, pop culture, Marvel, and more. Want to see how you stack up? Track your progress with live leaderboards and aim for the top spot. It's free, fun, and super easy to play. So what are you waiting for? Sign up today at extremesports.com trivia and start playing now. And keep an eye out. We're coming soon to a bar or restaurant near you.
All right, Mike Welch, Center Vronic with you. This is Huddle Up on Extreme Sports. Again, we'll have Legion Baseball today. Lincoln Southeast, J.C. Breger, Hastings 5 Points Bank from Duncan Field, 6 o'clock. The first pitch tonight, 5:45 for the pregame show. We'll have the action right here on Extreme Sports.
Also, something to keep an eye on this week, the Summer Summit from the NCAA. The big thing on the table, the possible expansion of the NCAA basketball tournament. We have our 68 teams now.
Yeah.
We have numbers being floated around 72, 76. So discussions this week will be on expansion.
Yeah, we got into that conversation last week when they first proposed that idea.
Yep.
I really don't think that we need to water down the tournament any more than some of those first-round games we have now.
I think it dilutes it, don't you?
Chances for Nebraska to qualify might be better.
But
I think if they had 76 teams last year, we would have gotten in.
I think it just dilutes it.
Instead, we go win the college basketball crown.
I'd rather win the college basketball crown than have an early exit. I don't know.
It depends on what they do with those teams that they add. Are they going to be matched up against some of the top-seeded teams, and then they're one and done? Probably so.
Whatever way you slice it, man. Like I hate these play-in games.
Yeah, I'm cool with the way the tournament is right now.
In fact, I'd be cooler if they went back to the original field of 64, and you didn't have to wait till Wednesday night to make your bracket because of the stupid play-in games. I'd be fine if we went back to 64, not make more.
Yeah, I don't think that's even being discussed.
I doubt it.
Dropping back to 64.
I think the big discussion is like whether or not, like, why are we doing play-in games for 11 seeds, and can we make this like the 16s have to play their way into the tournament, and can that be the addition of the games? I hope. I don't know. I'm no bracket expert, but I know that 64 is an easy number to send through a single elimination field. So, anyways,
that's 76.
That's on the radar.
That's 76 teams. Yeah, I don't think I would be in favor of that.
I'm not either. And in fact, like I said, I wasn't when they went to 68, so.
But nobody called us and asked our opinion.
I would be in favor of expanding the football playoffs to 16 and shrinking basketball back to 64. That's what I would be in favor of.
16 teams for football?
Well, just everybody plays everybody in the first round. No more of these stupid buys.
Yeah, I think I could go along with that.
Thank you.
God, we agree on two
Welcome
things.
To Tyson's Island.
We agree on two things here to wrap up the show. That doesn't happen very often.
I'll fix you a drink from Tyson's Island Bar. Let's go.
Yeah, it's anything on your docket for the day? I've got baseball, so I'm working. I'm trying to please the bookkeeper. I
have a rare day off today, so.
Well, you had it zeroed out because you were going to play college football 26.
This is true.
But since you screwed it up,
you read me really dirty.
Yeah, you had this all planned. You were going to play college football 26 all day today, so you put nothing on your docket for today.
Oh, God.
So since you screwed it up and didn't get the download,
yep.
Now you got to wait until Thursday. So today you got absolutely nothing going on.
That's a perfect read. That is lockstep 150% what happened.
I knew it.
You nailed it. You absolutely read that beautifully.
You were going to play video games all day today.
So I think what we're going to do is, since we do have a day off work and a weekday, like I'm looking around the house, man, like the Western Studios, it needs a little honey-do list. So I'm going to make my own honey-do list, knock some stuff out today.
Knock her out. Okay, because, you might have guests next week.
We have to get this place in much better shape. Press Box 3 looks a little cleaner than the Western Studios right now, I'll be honest.
Ryan Martin has chimed in. He's vouching that
for us.
It was clean.
Dude, we are cleanly over there.
Lots of room in Press Box 3. So I'll check it out and let you know. I'll be there tonight. So
have fun.
All right. If you want to listen to the show again, you can go to our social media sites, grab our podcast for this show or any of our shows that we've had. You can listen to us anytime you want. Just download the podcast, listen to us, make plans make plans to be here tomorrow. We'll be here again tomorrow at 7. It's Huddle Up on Extreme Sports. Have yourself a great day.
You've been listening to Huddle Up on Extreme Sports, Central Nebraska's new home for sports. Join us every weekday morning from 7 until 8 on